Hello everyone, welcome to Starwalkers Channel. Most people listen to music every day, on your phone, in a movie, or even in a restaurant. Music has been evolving for a long time. It appeared thousands of years ago to express emotion. During the medieval period, most musical works had a religious purpose. In the Baroque period, music became more dramatic and ornate. Later, in the classical period, elements of rationalism were added to music, making it more concise and serious. Gradually, people became bored of this rigid style and rebelled against it with their innovative notes. The free and emotional romanticism was then born in the 1830s. As time progressed, music became increasingly modern with new chords and surprising melody, which evolved into what we hear now. So today, we are going to talk about the most important musician during the Baroque period, and perhaps one of the most important musicians throughout history, Johann Sebastian Bach. Bach was born on March 31st, 1685, in Eisenach, a small town in central Germany. Bach's father, Johann Ambrosius Bach, was a seventh-generation musician who performed music for a living. He taught young Bach violin, hoping that his son would grow up as a musician just like him. Unfortunately, Bach lost both his parents at the age of 10 and moved to live with his cousin Johann Christoph in Ohrdruf, 30 miles away. There, Johann Christoph taught Bach organ. Unlike our impression on Bach as a brilliant composer, Bach was not outstanding at all in his first school. His school record book shows that he ranked 46th out of 89 kids, missed 96 classes, and had multiple misbehaviors like throwing bricks through the windows. See, even the notable Bach has a naughty history. If you are struggling in school, don't stress out. You might totally change your situation and become a famous person in the future. When Bach was 15, he was awarded a singing scholarship at a school 230 miles north in Lüneburg, where he would stay for another 3 years as a student and an organist. After Bach's study in Lüneburg, he came to Arnstadt in 1703 to work as an organist in the church as well as teaching local children music. In 1707, when he was 22, he moved to Mühlhausen, still working as an organist. There he married his first wife, Maria Barbara Bach, who was his cousin. They had 7 children together. 4 of them eventually survived. In 1708, Bach traveled to Weimar to work for Duke Ernst Wilhelm, where he composed his toccata in D minor. By that time, Bach was a pretty successful musician. His playing once shocked Crown Prince Frederick of Sweden so much that the prince offered him a diamond ring. In 1716, Bach decided to work for Prince Leopold of Cöthen, which irritated Duke Wilhelm, who put him into jail for almost a month. Yes, I'm thinking of our quarantine right now. Bach directly went to Cöthen upon release, where he wrote most of his instrumental works. He worked as a conductor of the court orchestra, and he was super strict in his work. When the orchestra didn't play well, Bach would be so mad that he would throw his wig at the players. I would love to see what Bach looks like without a wig. During his life year, his wife died unexpectedly in 1720. Bach wrote the solo violin portions of the fifth and final movement of Partita in D minor to commemorate her. In 1721, Bach married his second wife, Anna Magdalena Bach, and had another 13 children. However, only 6 of them survived. In 1723, Prince Leopold dissolved his orchestra, and Bach became the choir leader of 2 churches in Leipzig, where he wrote most of his choral music, such as Matthew Passion, Goldberg Variations, and Mass in B minor. Here's a clip from the Mass in B minor. His career went down quickly since 1735 when his original boss left. His new boss stood firmly against the education of music because he thought it would interrupt the studying of other subjects. As a result, this new boss constantly created difficulty for Bach, changing his assistant, disrupting his performances, and even kicking out anyone who would take his class. By 1737, hardly anyone knew Bach. His music was formally banned from performing in 1739. In such great despair, Bach started to lose his vision in the next year. 10 years later, he received a failed eye surgery and became entirely blind. Soon, Bach suffered from a fatal stroke. The talented musician departed at the age of 65. Bach's entire life was largely constrained within a small circle. Almost nobody knew him and his music until 1829 when Felix Mendelssohn arranged his Matthew Passion to be performed in Berlin. Although it had been nearly 100 years after this beautiful masterpiece had been composed, the concert ignited the flame of curiosity and re-evaluation of Bach's work. A Bach revival began. It is not hard to say that Bach laid the foundation for further evolution of music in the next hundreds of years. In the words of Johannes Brahms, study Bach, there you will find everything. Thank you for watching the video. How did you think of Bach before? What are your thoughts on him now? Please leave a comment and tell us about it. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to our channel. See you next time!